All right, so having our norms established, which include respect for each other, a non judgmental space, a confidential, safe space, we move ahead in what we're going to be doing now with our breakout room exercise. So, you all are going to be in pairs and you get to share the vision that you have, something from what you visualized and what you've already started doing. So, this is your space to share, give your vision, your dreams a voice, have it out in the open. And like they say, manifestation happens like that. So I hope everyone's comfortable with it. Like Fatima shared, she will only be able to chat. So I would request her partner to acknowledge that and give her that comfortable space to express herself even on chat. And Fatima, a request for you to give your partner a space to share while you're on chat. Thank you, Fatima. So I'm going to be making. Still waiting for Mutenta and Nancy to join room number 1.
Hi, I got kicked out and
You
returned
got
to the main
kicked
session.
out?
Yeah, I was supposed to be in room 2 and then I joined it and then I got kicked out.
Oh, wait, let me just give you the invite of room number 1 now, okay? Have you got the invite of room number 1 now, Nancy?
Yeah, still not. I
You
don't know if
still
I'm the
have.
only one. Yeah, I don't know if I'm the only one there or what, but like I go in and then it
Okay,
returns me.
how about now? Have you got an option for another room? Okay, so she's got it for room number 3. We have 3 participants here and 2 here. All right, so everyone's just returning back from their breakout rooms. They'll be here any minute.
Yeah, I was saying my last word. So
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
no problem. I was trying to finish it, and I just want to let my roommates. That's it. That was my last word.
Oh, that's the part about technology, right? That they don't know when the conversation hasn't ended and just timer duck, done, over. So anything you want to
No problem.
complete in a private chat, maybe you can send the message to your partner in the room. So how was the sharing experience for you guys? Actually having it out, sharing it with a partner. You might know, you might know, you might not know. So they say that once you visualize something, even sharing it, it gives it that life. In a coaching session, typically we would even share it, but in a group coaching session, we might not share everything, but the essence of things that we want to. So while we share it, we get to a point of understanding and comprehending what's really going on for us as well. So this was one exercise that we did in the breakout room. The second exercise that we do is going to be practice of the visualization process. So if you remember, I took you through a visualization journey. Now it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but related to whatever has been shared with you, to continue that same discussion. There is a desired future state which is visualized. If you remember, we used all our five senses in the visualization exercise to put it together, to feel, to associate it with the smell, the touch. So we use our five senses to make it more real for us. And we celebrate the success. We actually feel that we've got it, we've won it. And we worked backwards, coming back step by step to how the journey spanned out from us for the future state. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same. If you want to practice in the same fashion, that is amazing. But to try it out, if the same fashion works for you from what you remember, you could do it in the same fashion. Else, you could do the best that you can, something that's sustainable for you, that you could use as a tool as well. But remember, while there is sharing, while there is visualization, you're enabling your partner visualize. There is no judgment, there is no solution giving, there's no answer. It's just a visualization towards the steps one is taking towards what the future looks like and how it'll turn out. So, are you all ready to experiment? Something that you would like to take back with you and have it for real as a tried and tested tool. Oh, this is so sweet of you to share, Nancy. It was good, a little nerve-wracking sharing what you see for yourself out loud. But it was it was good to give my vision and goals a voice. That's amazing. That's what it is supposed to do. And the next step that we're going to add on to it is a practice. For you to associate this tool with something that you can take back, but you can experiment here, enable the other person visualize, you visualize it for yourself with the help of another person, and see how you can continue using it in your personal life, even when these sessions are not happening. So These first two sessions have been about visualization, so you can take it back as a tool. Anyone has something to say? I could hear someone. Does anyone want to share something? All right, so are you ready for the next set of exercise in the breakout rooms? And I'm going to give you 15 minutes, 7.5 minutes each way. And for the group where there are 3 people, you can take 5 minutes each way. So the pair gets an edge over the triad. All right, I'm excited too. Thank you for the thumbs up. We do have another person who's just joined us. Hello, Martha. It's showing that you're still connecting to the audio. All right. So I've asked group room number 3 as well what they would like to do, since room number 1 wanted to come back. So what exercise were you able to do in the breakout room, room number 1?
Thank you so much. In room number 1, we're able to share our vision, and then we're able also to visualize each other's vision. Although there were new members that joined in, so they didn't get to share theirs.
Yes, Martha joined us halfway through the session. Martha, were you there in the last month's session when we had on visualization? I believe you were there last month.
Yes, I was there.
Okay, so your voice is breaking a little bit. So what we've done so far is that we've shared in groups in pairs what we visualized, what our vision and what our dream is and looks like. And the next step that we were doing in the breakout room was having a concrete plan by enabling each other visualize and pen those things and gather those things together. So Fatima and Mutinta, were you able to do that? Were you able to enable each other visualize the next steps, the plan? Because this was quick. So we'll call room number 3 back as well. So you don't have to visualize someone else's vision. It was just an exercise to try your hands on all the facets of visualization with a partner, where they visualize for themselves and you visualize for yourself, but with the help of each other's steps or prompts. All right, welcome back, room number 3 as well. Was it again a little abrupt for you to have the group closed? Sarah, were you able to share? Nancy, Kangombi.
Yeah. So Nancy is trying to register for master. Should I talk about myself or my roommates?
You could talk about yourself.
Okay. So my desired future state is actually nowadays recently I was not sure what to do for my professional career, and I was struggling to find it, to create a goal. It's been 1 year, graduated from the university, but thankfully a few months ago I decided to advance my professional career in HR department, and I applied to internship in cultural relations, and I accepted, thankfully. And nowadays I also begin to HR specialist program in Bahçeşehir University for the weekend. So I'm creating the path through the future, and for the future, I want to use my experiences and the skills to have a better job opportunities, to work in very good companies, and after that, after all of these experiences, I want to build my own job as well. Actually, I couldn't state this in the breaking room, but now I'm indicating this. Yeah. So I'm appreciate to have a goal for the first step, and I will try to go to my further steps via these steps. That's all for me now.
All right, thank you so much for sharing that, Sarif. How does it feel to have shared everything, and even the things that are coming to you now which you haven't shared, and you sharing it, you're putting out, you're giving it a voice?
Yeah, I mean, as a person, we always think about ourselves, the things that we are doing, we want to do, but when we make them loud. It's like drawing a picture. I mean, you have something in your mind, but when you say it with a voice, you are doing like drawing a picture, and you make it livable. So it feels good. Sharing is good. Listening is good. Sharing ideas, thoughts, and noticing having a similar problems, similar desires is good also. Yeah, that's for me. That's it for me for now.
That's wonderful. Thank you so
Thank you
much
for
for
the
sharing.
opportunity.
You're most welcome. So just like sharing it gives it that makes it more real for you. Now that you know and you've shared, you can actually pen it down. So my invitation to all of you would be to write down your goal, your vision, and with pointers underneath the steps that you have identified that you are going to be taking, along with the timelines that you've set. And once we've penned it down, we can actually put it in front of our desk, at our home, in our room, wherever it's accessible for us, so that we can keep viewing it. And it's that reminder for us that yes, we are going to fulfill our vision. So it's going to become more real, and it's going to be in front of you. And after this penning down exercise, we're going to talk about how you can create a vision board of the same things and have it a visual depiction of the same in front of you. So take 2 minutes and pen down. Give it an even bigger life. So your vision, the steps that you're taking, that you're going to be taking to achieve that vision, along with the timelines, is what I'm requesting you all to write down on a piece of paper and pen, so you have it with you as a written takeaway, and you know you can hold yourself accountable for the same thing. That journey that you visualized in the last session, as well as this session, in pairs and triads, whoever was able to. But once we visualize something, we have to give it an existence. The first existence was given when you voiced it out, when you shared it. You know you're accountable for it in your head. And now we're adding on those things in our visualization, which are going to enable us in our daily life, things that we have in our surrounding that are sending us that message that this is what I've committed to, this is what my goal is, this is what my dream is, and I'm going to get there. So there is going to be a visual written as well as a visual depiction of the same for you, to have it in existence, so that you follow your dreams, you follow the path. So I hope everyone can arrange for a pen or paper in your proximity and do this exercise. So have you been able to pen it down, or you need more time? So I'm going to give you another minute, and then we're going to come to the visual depiction part of your visualization. All right, everybody. So till wherever we have been able to pen it down, we can pause for now if we haven't completed it, and we can complete it post the session. What's even more exciting is to give it a visual depiction. So I remember one of my colleagues made me do this exercise at the beginning of a year, wherein we had a lot of magazines on us, and we were supposed to like just cut out pictures that we resonated with and we wanted to be true for us in that year, and we wanted to accomplish and achieve it. And we put it on a nice beautiful chart paper, and I used to have it in my room, and it's an exercise that I would love to do every year round, right? So this vision board is an exercise that you can do for yourself. You can choose from pictures online based on your goal, if it's, you know, career related, if it's a milestone in your job, if it's a trophy, anything that you're looking for, your self growth. This is just an idea of how you can find pictures for somebody who's wanting to spread their wings high, who's wanting to achieve something that truly gives them freedom, right? Like Nancy beautifully shared, she wanted to get back on her career track, and she wanted the paths to meet as well with her husband. So you can actually, you'll find a lot of Google images, and you can actually find images that suit you and your vision, something that you resonate with. And the moment you'll start, you know, searching for those images, you'll get like multiple options, and you'll see your horizon, your visual horizon widen even more. So my invitation to all of you would be to utilize this exercise. Like, this is just a depiction of personal and professional career, from personal life to professional career, to fitness goals that one might have, to self-growth and development that one might be looking to. So it's just a visual depiction of what could be some things for you to take a hint from and replicate that in your own way, as per your goals, as per your life, and give it a visual depiction, and actually place that board in front of you with maybe pictures of these, or make a collage of it and have it on your phone, which you can keep visiting again and again. The more we see it, the more real it becomes for us. So just visualization alone is something that we can definitely do, but all the things that we've discussed today, from sharing in pairs to writing it down to having a visual depiction of everything that you want to achieve, are certain signs that will always enable you. This is going to be that support structure of yours, which is going to be a reminder for you that yes, I got to do this and I can do this, and something that will motivate you to achieve it, to strive hard. Something that will give you that adrenaline rush when you look at it and you know you can do it. So you can put as many things as you want on it. It could be a personal picture, a professional picture, relationship related, self growth, from your self care regime to your fitness regime to anything that you want to accomplish. So, this is just a way that you can use to do it and even deepen your visualization technique. So, every time you find yourself sitting down, centering yourself, visualizing that future that you've been dreaming of and you know you're capable of, see how else you can give it life. Is it by sharing? Is it by writing? Is it by a visual depiction? Or is it by doing all those things together? And you're going to see that your accomplishments are going to multiply by leaps and bounds. So anyone has any question here? Or anyone has any comments on these activities that we've just discussed, which we've tried out, and how it's panning out for you? I see an applause from Fatima. I'm glad you liked it, Fatima. Yes, Nancy, please. I can see your raised hand.
Yeah, it's not a it's not a question, more a comment. I've actually these sessions have actually reminded me how accountable I have to be towards myself. I've actually been very, very I don't know, maybe scared might be the right word, to pen down and put into action all the thoughts and plans and goals that I had for myself because of worry that it might not work out. But then you realize that if you actually have certain steps, if you actually have a plan, and even though those plans may not work out, you can always sort of go back and rethink maybe the plan towards that actual goal, that actual vision that you have, not that you actually have to scrap the entire vision. I think that was probably why I haven't done it in a while. But yeah, it's have been very eye-opening towards that fact.
That's a great insight, Nancy. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you because this is something that we all struggle with. And just visualizing it could still be something that we do. But when it comes to giving it that existence in voice, in writing it down and having a clear-cut plan, we do get that jitters. And even having a vision board together, it might be exciting, but it's also like a roller coaster ride. You're going to go through that nausea, you're going to go through those fears. Your anxiety will come out somewhere, excitement will be somewhere, that oh my god, I can actually do it. And then you have that reminder in front of you, which is going to make sure that you're accountable for it, right? And that's when we're actually going to come out of our comfort zone and stretch our wings further to actually accomplish it. So have you heard of that butterfly story? When we have a caterpillar, right? There's an egg and then the caterpillar is formed, and then a caterpillar develops a cocoon around itself, and the caterpillar is fighting itself out, fighting its way out, fighting its way out. Now the caterpillar is tied, and boom, the caterpillar fights his way out, and you have the butterfly right there. So that's a process that the caterpillar has to go through to become a butterfly, to have its wings out, to spread it out. It's a lot of struggle that happens in the cocoon. It's a lot of pressure that the caterpillar is under in that cocoon. But only after fighting that pressure out is a caterpillar able to become a butterfly. If someone breaks the cocoon from outside, the caterpillar will die. It will not turn into a butterfly. So remember, it's always us who have to do that. We have to give ourselves that push. Nobody can do it for us. It's all inside us. And it's important that we put in that effort and we push ourselves out of our comfort zone to actually fly and reach our potential. So it might be scary, it might be exciting, it'll have a mix of feelings for you, but at the end, what really matters is what you want to accomplish. And no one should be able to say that you can't do it. So you might as well identify for that for yourself and those people who you can keep next to you while you live your dream. The external help, the arrangement that you have to make for it, it's only when you build that clarity can you actually accomplish. So who all here want to be a butterfly? Are we ready to come out of our comfort zones and actually follow this beautiful vision that we've visualized, that we've defined, that we've shared? Thank you, Nancy. Yes, Martha, it is very, very scary, but yet completely necessary. And do not hesitate to take any support. You don't have to do it alone. You take support, you utilize those external resources that you need to develop yourself, to get the energy and strength to become that butterfly. That effort is going to be yours, but you have a lot of external support. And that could be a friend, a mentor, a coach, a counselor. Do not hesitate to take any support. So yesterday was World Mental Health Day, and the theme for the Mental Health Day was actually that mental health is a universal right. So enable yourself, get the right support, and be ready to put in that effort, because nobody said it's going to be easy, but it's going to be worth the effort. That's amazing, Kangombi. I want to be a butterfly one day. And you can fly high only when you have faith, when you believe in yourself and your potential. So on that note, we're going to end today's session. I would be happy to welcome any questions if they are. Any questions so far? All right, so we're going to be having these sessions every month, every second Wednesday on a new topic. So I look forward to see you all next month as well. And please follow your vision, give it existence, because nobody can take away that existence from you. And you know you're accountable for it once that has an existence. So visualize it and take it forward, the next step. All the best to all of you. Over to you, Mariana.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sonam, for this wonderful coaching session. And I'm sure everybody learned a lot of tips and tricks, life lessons about visualization. So I'm sure everybody would agree that this session was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
everybody.
Thank you so much. So these
like
applauses
Sonam
are the
said,
reward that I get at the end of the day, right? Yeah.
So like Sonam mentioned, the next session would be on October 12th, and it would be on every second Wednesday for every month.
November. Today is 11th October. So November.
Sorry, on November. Yeah, sorry. It will be on November. So the details of the upcoming session will be shared with all the participants. And so stay tuned, everybody. We will be sharing a feedback form link as well in the chat box. Would request you all to give your feedback. We also have our ongoing People of Pulse conference. We'll share the link to that as well so that you all can attend the conference. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice day.
All right, bye-bye. Have a great day and a great week ahead. Please do fill the feedback form, and all the best for you to achieve your vision.